Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinaheals.com, and if you have a Taurus ascendant, a first house Taurus moon, and a fifth house Virgo sun, so you're definitely very creative because you have that fifth house sun, and Taurus by itself is ruled by Venus, and she's all about creativity and self-expression and enjoyment of life. So you have your ascendant degree or your rising sign is in fixed earth, nocturnal Taurus, ruled by Venus. And you have your moon in Taurus, ruled by Venus. And don't forget, moon is exalted here. So very powerful feminine expression of the moon. And moon in the first house means this gives you tremendous feminine charms, even intuitive awareness, even some sort of psychic connection, and you're very connected to the physical body because both these signs of Taurus and Virgo connect to the physical body. Taurus is after Aries, the soul comes into Taurus and recognizes the physical body and vegetation. So Taurus deals with agriculture and our own physical 3D body. The Sephiroth is Malkuth, that is associated with Taurus, which again speaks of the 3D world, and the chakra is Muladhara chakra, the lowest red chakra. And the bull sees red. Interesting correlation. And Taurus, the glyph is bull, so immediately tells you stability, substance, endurance, focus, determination, drive, methodical, but a very measured approach. This is how fixed earth expresses herself. It is methodical. It doesn't run wild. It likes to think things over. Very good with finances and money. Of course, the placement of Venus is key. Whether you have a day chart, you have a night chart, Venus is your ascendant lord and your moon lord. So this will really tell you a lot if you understand how Venus is placed in your natal chart. Now, the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth, and the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. For you, this is Taurus, and you are Venusian, as I've already mentioned before. The ascendant is the first point of touch that the soul makes with the 3D. It's how you're plugged into the matrix. It's your physical body. It's how you look, how you appear to people. When you walk into a room, people notice your ascendant first. And being a Venus-ruled ascendant, you're probably very beautiful and have a beautiful voice. Taurus rules the throat chakra, the throat, and thyroid. So very beautiful, very mellifluous voice. And people are immediately attracted to you because of your ability to talk. Okay, Taurus deals with food. When you think about it, after you put the food in your mouth, it goes through the neck, right? The throat, literally. So Taurus is how we consume. Okay, this is the archetype of the builder. But with this consumption thing, there could be shadows to this consumption thing because Taurus is about experiencing the world through the five senses. When you think of the five-petal pentagram of Venus, which she charts around the sky during her 8-year transit around the sun, you see that this is the five senses she draws and how she seduces us into incarnation. Okay, and Taurus people are very tactile. They like to touch, feel. They take time in bed. They like to cook for people. They like to feed people, and you can literally feed them and win their heart over. They're very open to, the activation of the food place. It's about substance, as I told you. Okay, vegetation. So Uranus and Taurus has definitely changed your lives because you've got your moon there, and Taurus doesn't like change, and like Uranus is all about change. So when I think of this energy, I think of how oak trees root even deeper when there are the threats of imminent electrical storms. So this tells me that you are rooting now, Taurus. Okay, you're rooting. You're going deep, deep, deep within. Now you love food. So food, you have a difficult relationship with food, some of you, especially if you're Virgo. Okay, you may love organic, but Taurus is a sweet tooth. You see, Venus is all things sweet. So Taurus, having your exalted moon there, you could want sweet little knickknacks here and then. Okay, that could be a problem with you. Now, if you eat during emotional disturbances, it may be difficult for you to lose weight once you put on a massive amount of weight. But your Virgo should keep that in check, because Virgo is really about exercising this physical body. So that is something, because you love sensuality, you love enjoying the world, retail therapy, or you can be shopaholics. So stuff like that, because ultimately Venus is finances and money. So that is something you crave for. And having an exalted moon in Taurus, finances are huge to you. Money. Okay. You need that safety. You need that security. Okay. So you can be very temperamental, very moody, selfish, angry, because bull sees red. Angry. You can get violent. You can be very, selfish, and there's a need to control. So once you let that go, then I think life becomes easier. Fixed earth always wants control. Okay, very fertile energy, because this is nocturnal womb energy. So you can get pregnant easily, or you can get someone else pregnant easily, right? Can be very decadent, hedonistic. Taurus, once you understand Venus and her decadence, though she is the lesser benefic, but there is definitely an overindulgent side to Venus and Taurians. Okay, we can also see that play out in cardinal air Libra, but Taurians are just really into hoarding, buying, procuring, materialism. Venus is the desire principle. But if you get locked in on this desire principle, you fail at your soul's mission. Because Taurus is not just about money, things. It's about the awakening of the third eye. Aldebaran is the eye of the bull, the fixed star, and this is very spiritual. The Vedic people call this, the Pleiades, the Kritikas, which brings metaphysical information to us. So you see how Taurus is not just about looking beautiful, pretty, having the best things, having the best car, the best house. It is also about understanding beauty in all forms, and beauty that is truth, that is divine, You like functionality, and essentially Taurus is about embodiment. Now, if the ascendant is the Jungian mask you wear to interface with society, the moon sign is who you are when that mask comes off, or you strip off that persona and you stand in your raw, vulnerable self. Okay, and moon sign also comes out when you're most stressed. And after the age of 35, according to esoteric astrology, it can become your greatest challenge. So you have to understand that having an exalted moon does not mean you will always reap the benefits. There could be disturbances. Although you have a trine with your sun and moon and your ascendant degrees, it's all flowing, It's not a difficult placement, per se, like a square or a semi-sextile. It's free-flowing. You can hold grudges, and you love to be fed, and you love to feed, love to cook, love to make love and be like sensual. You love all of that, but just understand that it is not for you to get caught in the 3D matrix, because this is what your exalted moon is trying to teach you. The moon is also your mother, and having a moon in your first house, as I've already said, you are very beautiful, feminine, and when you speak, people just listen to you. You can be quite the center of attention with your voice. Okay, and if you could be a singer, okay, because you just have that really. And of course, if Venus is placed in the first house, and she's a great and it's a night chart, and she's the most benefic planet, so it could be really powerful for you. Then you could really, literally use your voice, okay, to serve people, because with that Virgo sun, you need to serve. Even though it's in the fifth house of creativity, but you still need to serve somewhere, because Virgo loves functionality like Taurus. And Virgo is also very, very much about embodiment, both these earth signs. And this is Earth expressing herself through mutable energies. Mutable is adaptable, changeable, okay? Another thing is, if you put on too much weight, Libra is your sixth house. It rules the pelvis. So you could have really bad back problems. Okay. And thyroid imbalances can see massive weight gains, which, keep your hormones in check always. Now, the thing with Taurus and Virgo, we're very feminine energy, all feminine signs with this. So it's very beautiful. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And it's very mercurial, very cogitative, very analytical, very judgmental, very harsh. Okay, now Sun is our father, as Moon is the mother. Sun is our healthy sense of ego, or sense of I am, the Sun is how we want the world to perceive us. The ascendant is how the world perceives us. The Sun is how we shine, how we are as leaders, how we illuminate things, how we bring something to radiance. Okay, our soul karma, why we've incarnated, is also the Sun. Okay, and Sun in Virgo is not a good position, of course, because Virgo automatically falls. Virgo is the last sign of the day sign, and Virgo is Mercury's domain. And Sun and Mercury, although they travel together, are very different energies. Mercury is more methodical, analytical. Although put the earth signs together, and this interesting mix between fixed and mutable, so you're not as stubborn as the other Taurus expressions, so just fixed Taurus and Leo or Aquarius, Scorpio expressions. You're more fluid when it comes to adapting to your 3D. And you're very, very artistic, because seeing that Sun in the fifth house, this is the house of joy, and having your Sun in its fifth house of joy, it means you inherently find joy with what you do. Okay, of course, you have to look at the aspects that the Sun makes, and whether you have a day-night chart and all of that. And Venus, of course, because she's your ascendant lord. But overall, with the fifth house is a blessing. So having a fifth house Sun means your father was probably very playful. Your mother, having a moon in the first house, your mother was very important to you while you grew up and developed this sense of self. She was probably very beautiful as well. Could have been a singer, artist, a food person, like a chef, or a big honcho in the corporate line, because of course you put in a Mars in a Capricorn, then you can do it, right? But this is Mercury's domain, and Virgo rules the guts, okay, and the ability to digest information or food or anything and assimilate. So with Virgo, there's always this process of digestion that is taking place. So you are going around reality, you're experiencing things, and Virgo is really a very healing energy. Okay, but oftentimes Virgo does not realize the healing capacity because they're so hard on themselves, right? Now, the thing with the Virgo Sun is you'll want to break everything down in great detail, and this could work for you because you're so much earth, and you could be really detailed and methodical, and having that Sun in the fifth, awesome, and having that moon in the first. But don't forget that angular houses have more power, so planets there have more power, and you have an exalted moon. So I think the way you feel is going to be very important to you in a way, and you can be very anxious because Virgo, as I said, the guts, and then also the nervous system. So you can get very anxious because you just don't know how to keep the mercurial energy at bay. Virgo's archetype of service, and Taurus is the archetype of the builder. So what do you do when you put them together? You build something that serves humanity. And that's beautiful. Leave me a comment below. I want to know your thoughts, and book a reading. Check out my merch and support in any way you can. Thank you.